Hello, my name is Robert Williams. I use they, them pronouns. I am the production dramaturg on Women Who Hate Their Jobs. Let's get into the dramaturgy. Let's get into the inception of this piece. So, playwright Leah Roth Barsanti, like all undergrad seniors, was applying for jobs for life post-grad, as most do, and as a writer, she was thinking of her possibilities and was just utterly frustrated with the mountains of cover letters and resumes and rejection letters that she was receiving during this time, and becoming holding more and more resentment towards the job world and the workforce. Naturally, like any writer would do, she begins a blog. The blog in question is sarcasm, self-deprecation, and a streetcar named Desire. The more she posted, the more attention it grabbed with other women who were equally as frustrated with the job market and their prospects, and it became a beacon for many who felt the same resentment that she did and equal frustrations. With the growing popularity of the blog, Leah moves on to doing what any writer would do following the success of a blog, but to create a play manufactured after the stories that she heard on the blog. She begins writing a monologue based after her life, and if you're watching the show, I want you to take a guess on which one you think is the most autobiographical, and we can get into that at a later talk back. Along with this, writing her own monologue, she interviews folks with their permission from the blog that she's interacted with, and also friends, to reflect multiple perspectives from various women of their frustrations with the job market or their own job quarrels. She continues building these monologues and scenes, and soon is able to produce a body of work called Women Who Hate Their Jobs, which is what you will be witnessing tonight, the first time in its entirety. What Leah accomplished with Women Who Hate Their Jobs is interweaving this intersectional approach to women within the workforce, whether taking on the hashtag girlboss gatekeepers, our standard student who just fell out of their luck in the job application pool, moving their way into an entry-level job. We also talk about sexuality within the workplace and advancing with women. We talk about the privileges of being American-born and having a white passing accent, and the assimilation into the workforce by women in a patriarchal sense. And every monologue is a layer upon layer upon layer that she adds and contributes to a long-standing conversation about women within the workforce, and still we are not able to fully wrap around today. The performance of this piece comes at a very crucial time, seeing a large reflection to the 2007 recession within the United States and the world. Because of COVID in 2020, we saw 2.1 million women leave the workforce. Of course, these numbers should be taken into account for that a large portion of these women were white, be it they were able to leave the workforce because of economic privilege based on another partner, or they had fall back on family money, whatever the circumstance. We see a large amount of Black and Latinx women having to continue working in the workforce, but this is not to say that they have an advantage of maintaining work, as we see in the 2007 recession that 40.5% of Black and Latinx women were not able to retain jobs after a 3-year period at the beginning of the 2007 recession. Director Nika Knowles takes her experience as a Black woman along with that of experiencing women in her life who have worked as single mothers, who were single mothers, to put it in her own words, and wanted to reflect that within her piece, and also the women in her life, be it friends, family, all whatnot, relating her own experiences in the same way that Leah was able to when creating this piece. One of the goals of this piece is that the 10th scene, which is left open and empty, is for a student to send in an essay about their future goals and aspirations within the workforce, and for each production to give 50% of their ticket sales to an education fund if you will, for these students to continue on to reach their career goals. This spoke to Nika, and with Nika, she was able to reach out to schools from her native home of the Bahamas to help out a student with their career goals. Together as a company with One Egg No Batter Productions, along with Leah Barsanti's goal of this original piece and Nika's vision, you're about to witness a very timely piece along with your ticket sales contributing to a student reaching their career goals. I won't get into too much more. If you want to talk and kiki a little bit more about this piece with the director, playwright, actors, I encourage you to come to our talkbacks. But take a seat, take a step back, open your mind, and witness this beautifully constructed piece that is Women Who Hate Their Jobs. Enjoy.